Hello, happy Sunday. So you can see the title of the video for today is what do you want to know about? So I know I see this a lot, but I'm not sure people are actually going to ask, so I just want to make a video about this. So before I get started, you know that I like to talk about why I'm qualified to discuss these things. So I was in the hospital years ago and learned years after that about the idea of using food as medicine, and it really gave me a lot of empowerment and gave me a lot of strength to do the things I needed to do. So I wanted to be that person to pass that along. So I became a health coach to first learn information for myself, but then it became a mission of mine to pass that information on to others. Because there are just so many symptoms and diseases that I think we deal with and we think are normal parts of aging and just normal things that we have to deal with. They really aren't. And I think it would be so cool if we to spread this message to as many people as I can, so that a lot of those diseases and symptoms don't even have to happen. I think so. We're so busy and we have so much going on that if we don't need to be sidelined by symptoms and diseases, I think that'd be awesome. I mean, sure, you can reverse diseases and symptoms with a healthy enough diet and lifestyle, but if you didn't need to deal with them in the first place, I just think that'd be so much cooler and so much better. So that's why I do what I do. And along those lines, I created a self-guided course that you can also take, because I think a lot of people know why changing their diet or adding more plants to their diet is important, but they're not really sure how to technically do it. So that's why I created the course. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I will send you information about it. So back to the topic for today. What do you want to know about? And I did want to quick mention what we talked about last week with the probiotics. I do still have probiotics available. So if you are still interested in a free sample, let me know and I'll send them out to you. But yeah, as far as questions, what questions do you actually have? Again, I'm not sure. I say this all the time. I say every week, if you have any questions or if you're interested in anything, to post it. But I'm not sure if you really want to follow through with that, or if you really, feel comfortable saying that. Sometimes it can just feel kind of weird. So I just want to make a whole video about this topic, that to really encourage people to, ask any questions or let me know if there's anything that you want to know about. I think it's I really want to take this opportunity to really push this message out there and really make sure that you ask anything that you're interested in or that you're questioning. So just so you know, I was watching this thing and I thought this was kind of interesting. 90% of health information, most people get from social media influencers, which I thought was kind of interesting. Because a lot of times it's similar to news. It's not really just straight information. Usually they have an angle. So just keep that in mind if you're listening to what social media influencers say. A lot of times their message has a reason for it. Whether it's a supplement or something that they want to kind of push people towards. Just keep that in mind and, make sure, check out the information. If they say something that sounds interesting to you, maybe you just want to check it out from another source. Whether you ask me or somebody else that you trust with information, then I definitely encourage you to do that. Just follow up. Don't just take what they say as face value necessarily. The other thing is most doctors, unfortunately, don't get nutrition training in their medical schooling. Some do seek it out on their own after they're done with medical school. But unfortunately, most of them, again, most 90% of doctors also are getting their health information from social media influencers, which we already talked about. So again, it might not necessarily be just straight fact. It might be that there's some kind of angle to what they're saying. So similar to like how a lot of doctors learn information from different drug reps. It's a similar thing. A lot of times they share information, but there's an angle behind the information. There's something that they want to, they want the doctors to prescribe or something. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So if there's anything that you're interested in that you really want to know, totally let me know. Seriously, I want this to be as helpful to you as possible, and I want you to feel comfortable asking any questions that you have, so that this can answer any questions that you have, and it can really help clarify anything that you have questions about. Let me see if I have anything else. Oh yeah, so the other thing I just want to add is that a lot of people come to nutrition after, something bad happens. And unfortunately, that's how I came to nutrition, but it's so much better if we can learn this information and help prevent bad things from happening. So that's something I'm really passionate about, and I think that that's a really good goal to have. So again, if there's anything that you have questions about that I can help you with, then definitely reach out in any way, whether it's a comment, whether it's a DM, whether it's whatever it is, a direct message to me, however you're most comfortable with. Definitely take advantage of it and ask any questions away. So I think that's about it that I wanted to say about this. Yeah, so I'm on lots of social platforms, so I definitely recommend you join our Benefits of Eating Plants Facebook group if you haven't done so already. We share tons of information, and that's another place where you can, feel free to ask questions, or, you can, to me personally or to the group as a whole. Either way, that would be awesome. I also will, so I'll link our Facebook group down below. I will also share the link for my YouTube channel. I've been talking about this recently. So on Sundays after I do these lives on Facebook, then I share them on my YouTube channel on Wednesdays. So I definitely recommend you check that out. There's lots and lots of free information, lots of lives that I've done, and different information on there as well. And if you subscribe, then you get notified on when new videos come out. So I definitely encourage you to do that. And the subscribing really helps me as well. So thank you ahead of time for that. So yeah, so whether you're watching this live or on replay, then, as I always say, if you have any questions, or if there's any way this made you feel, if you have any specific, experience with anything that we're talking about, or anything that you want me to cover in a future video, let me know so I can help you as much as possible. Until next week, have a beautiful and colorful day. Bye, everybody.